Did I do that? I'm falling and I can't get up. What are you gonna do to me? You're gonna punish me because I'm just a little different when I wear glasses and I had to have what do you call it? Like what do the farmers wear to keep their pants up? Suspenders. But I'm really smart. I'm like Billy from the Power Ranger, the Blue Ranger who comes up with inventions. Except I'm black and I wear glasses and I talk a little nerdy. I'm in love with your daughter. You're in love with my daughter? Yes. I am talking about the TV show Family Matters. So if you have not seen it, spoiler alert. Stop saying spoiler alert. I just don't want you to get hurt. That's what the father says about his own daughter. I don't want you to get hurt and date this nerd, Steve Urkle, who keeps on falling down and saying, did I do that? Nonetheless, this is one of the greatest family sitcoms of the 1990s, or of all time possibly, if you have to compete with Andy Griffin, the Andy Griffin show. I don't know how you do that, or with I Love Lucy. It gets a little harder, but then again, maybe the comedy of more recent history is a little better than the comedy of old, of the 1950s, or maybe I'm just biased because, I grew up with this more than the reruns of black and white TV shows of like I Love Lucy. So maybe I'll just like more recent things because that's usually what we do as humans. We like more newer things because more newer things are like considered to be more perfect, and we love perfectionism. We love things that are perfect as can be, like angels and gladiators and people who are strong or beautiful and perfect with not a spot or blemish on them. That's how sacrifices used to be. If you read in the Bible, many years ago, thousands of years ago, you have to sacrifice a perfect animal, a perfect lamb, perfect sheep, without blemish, without spots. And then we want to look at models that are without blemish and spots, and we put makeup on to look perfect, like a perfect little strong little gladiator, G.I. Joe if you're a boy, or a perfect little pretty skinny, very skinny, beautiful model girl thing if you're a girl, where you have to spit out your food. But some people are still comfortable with the way they look, and those people are called nerds, like Steve Urkel, as found in the TV show Family Matters, which is the TV show I'm reviewing right now. I'm reviewing Family Matters. I like Family Matters because it's nice. Like a lot of the other TV sitcoms of that era of the 1990s, like Full House and Step by Step and Boy Meets World. And you also have dinosaurs, which is, people dressed up in dinosaur costumes, and they have a family. And it's about, thousands or millions of years ago, back when there was dinosaurs, and they're having normal lives like ours. So it's like some kind of parody of humans, or a personification of people seen in the faces of aliens. Not aliens. My sibling called me aliens when I was 4 years old, but not me. We're not talking about me. We're talking about not aliens. We're talking about dinosaurs. And dinosaurs are pretty funny, but actual people are sometimes funnier, like, Full House and Step by Step. And this TV show that I'm talking about is Family Matters, which is more focused on black people, which I like black people because I always wanted to be tall and black and in the NBA. Always wanted to be in the NBA. I like basketball. And I played basketball because my father played basketball, and some of my siblings, yeah, all my siblings played basketball at one time or another for a little while. And that was good, but I'm the one that's the most obsessed with it. So yeah, bring all the black people in. And I really like Steve Urkel. I can relate to him because I'm kind of like him. I've got glasses and I'm kind of like a nerd, and I'm not totally confident or cool all the time, and maybe people don't totally like me all the time, or when I was younger maybe people didn't like me as much, and when I get older maybe I get better, but maybe not. So it's really hard to say, but you can think about it and say it's pretty cool because Steve Urkel, he was really smart, and I aspire to be a lot smarter too, and I want to be a lot smarter too, and make up stuff and make people like me, or get people to like me. You can't really make people like you, or throw money at people. You can't really throw money at people, but that's what people do sometimes. That's kind of what we do, especially if you're a parent, especially if you're a father. You throw money at your kids and say, love me or else here's some money. I'm sorry that I don't have time for you. That's what Peter Pan does when he grows up, and then you see him in the movie Hook, and he's a lawyer, and he's totally different. And he forgot that he was Peter Pan, and he probably would throw money at his kids too, and he kind of missed the baseball game of his own son. And then his kids get zapped into Neverland because Captain Hook flies with his big spaceship and goes to the real world into England or the UK, or is that the same place, or somewhere in Europe, and picks up his kids and run off, and then Peter Pan doesn't know what's going on, but then Tinkerbell comes and grabs him and drags him, literally drags him in a blanket all the way back to Neverland, and he doesn't know what's going on, and then he has to jump the plank and falls in the water, and then the mermaids try to save him. And spoiler alert, I'm ruining this movie. I already did a review on Hook. But I'm saying, hey, Peter Pan Peter Pan totally loses fact of how to be a real father, and he thinks that he could just maybe like throw money at his kids and that would be better and that can save problems. But in the movie he finds out that he was wrong and that he needs to change his ways, and and that's what we need to do in life. We need to realize that money cannot buy you happiness and everything, and certain things cannot just buy happiness. And Steve Urkel, he kind of has to learn a lot of lessons, and I really like Steve Urkel, and then he figures out how to turn himself into Stephan. Steve Urkel turns into Stephan, so he's like, he has the glasses and he's a nerd. He's like, hey, I'm a nerd. Did I do that? I'm falling. I can't get up. And then he becomes Stephan, and he takes off his glasses, and he's like a different person. He's like, hey, I'm Stephan, and and I know how to be a ladies' man. And hey, come to my crib, and I'll tell you what's up. You will see things that you'll never seen before because I'm Stefan. But then, like the person that he's trying to impress, the daughter of the police officer who actually plays a police officer in a Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis, that guy, the daughter of that guy who was in the Bruce Willis Die Hard movie, like the first Die Hard movie, that black guy played a police officer in that movie. That guy, his daughter, the TV show Family Matters is mainly about that father who was in the Die Hard movie. It's mainly about him, but then the neighbor is Steve Urkel, and Steve Urkel falls in love with his daughter. But the daughter says to Steve Urkel, you don't have to do these things to impress me. I don't really like Stefan. Stefan is a jerk. Steve Urkel is genuine and real, but Stefan is this jerk who thinks he's better than everybody, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm Stefan, and I'm totally cool, and he's too just like proudful and arrogant, and all these bad qualities that you don't want in a person. So, what I'm trying to say in conclusion is you have really good, interesting characters in Family Matter, especially Steve Urkel, who's also Stefan. He's the number one character in my eyes in the TV show because you're always looking at him and trying to figure out what he's going to do or what he's going to say. He's going to say something funny, or he's going to fall on the ground and make a fool of himself, or he's going to zap into Steve Urkel. No, he's going to zap. He's going to turn into Stefan, and then that's really exciting to see because everybody likes Stefan because Stefan's like this superhero that Steve Urkel becomes. And then there's the father, and he's really interesting too at times. And then there's the daughter, and there's also the son. There's the younger son. There's like the grandmother, and then there's probably other relatives too in the show. And the show is really interesting. You can get into all the different characters. So I recommend that you see Family Matters. Start watching it. And then I can start telling you about the other shows too, like Saved by the Bell and Step by Step. And I already talked about Full House, but I can always try to make a better TV review on that. If you want me to, let me know in the comments below. What TV shows should I review next? Let me know in the comments below, or email me at originaloatmeal@gmail.com. Let me know comments below or email me and subscribe and like me or don't like me, unlike me, whatever you want. Let me know what you think. What kind of videos should I make in the future? Let me know. And what do you think about Steve Urkel? Who's cooler, Steve Urkel or Stephan? And should the father of the Family Matters be in another Die Hard movie? Should he? And what do you think about the other characters in the show? And what do you think about the show overall? What do you like about Family Matters? And what do you not like about Family Matters? And how do you compare Family Matters to other TV shows of that era, any sitcom, or any kind of show at all? How do you compare Family Matters with other shows and movies? And how do you compare Steve Urkel with other like scientists and other characters? What do you think about Steve Urkel? What do you like about Steve Urkel? What do you not like about Steve Urkel? What do you like about Stephan? What do you not like about Stephan? Is Stephan really cool, or is he just a jerk? And should the father be in more Die Hard movies? Should they make more Die Hard movies? Or should it just Die Hard?